Thank you for checking out our new marketing, communication, and prospecting tool, Prospector. We built Prospector to improve your organization's prospecting capability and to help you become more profitable, both by saving time and resources and simply by making more sales. First, let's walk through Prospector's simple, user-friendly interface to see how it works and how it differs from every other email marketing system in the world today. It's important to note Prospector was built to brand your image, both internally to your own employees when they log in and externally to all of your clients and prospects. How does it do this? It sits on your own website, not a third party's website. It actually sits on your website and runs through your own mail servers. It actually sends mail through your own mail servers. Every other email marketing campaigner in the whole world sends through their own email servers. And this is a major problem because they're detected as spam, any links in your email and otherwise, much more readily than in our case. I won't get into that too much here, but please check out our website and click on how we differ in the main menu because we have many differentiating factors that we've built into Prospector from the beginning. We looked at all the competitors, we saw where they were weak, and we capitalized on it. Okay, let's check it out. We're gonna put in our username, our password. Remember, that's your logo at the top, and this is on your website, and this is your username and your password. Let's click enter, and we enter the system. The first screen you enter is your import contact list screen. Okay, here you'd simply upload your Excel document to our system to be able to make it easy for yourself. It includes the email, the names, the organizations that you want to send out to. If you don't have one, we've actually built in a template for you. You can download it from this screen. Instructions number 1, there's a link there. Simply click on that, download the Excel document, fill it in, and once you're ready, click on the upload list button. Okay, you're going to see your leads.xls or whatever you've called it. Let's click on that. And now, on the right-hand side, your import summary, you've just imported 2,509 contacts. So you're not going to send out to over 2,500 people, okay? Individually and personalized, which legitimizes everything you're doing, and I'll explain more about that in a few moments. It also scrubs your Excel lists. If you happen to have duplicates, duplicate email addresses, names within your Excel document and didn't realize it, our system detects that and scrubs it all out for you so you never have to worry about sending twice to the same person. That's a little bit embarrassing. So we've taken the worry out of that for you. Okay, now let's go to add contacts manually. And you'll see here, essentially you can individually add email addresses, names, organizations, those sort of things. We would suggest you either do one or the other. Either import your contact list from an Excel document or add contacts manually. Probably not wise to do both because you could overwrite some things. We still have a lot of people that like to keep it all in one place, so they add it all manually. It does take longer to do this. Personally, I like to import the contact list through an Excel document, just maintain my Excel document forever and then go from there. It's a lot quicker, not only for maintaining it in the future, but your uploads take a few seconds and you're ready to go. Okay, let's actually add 4 more here manually, and you'll see again, it doesn't matter whether you're importing your contact list through Excel or you're adding them manually, it will automatically detect the duplicates and scrub it out for you. It will not allow you to add that person again. Let's add prospects to the campaign, and we've imported 3. Let's click the OK button, and it erases everything so you're ready to go again. Okay, if you want to add more, you can. At this point, let's go to the engine, which is the Create Send Email button at the top. This is where your messaging happens, okay? We believe that newsletters are really not that effective in terms of sales and marketing. We believe that emails are kind of, or newsletters are a little bit of a bygone. Sure, you can send information out. When was the last time that you received a response from a newsletter? Never, right? So our concept here is that we want to engage our audience. We want to get them interacting with us. We want to make sure that there's some sort of communication that happens. Now, many of the people that see the email that you're about to send out will write you back, good, bad, or ugly. So you need to be prepared for that. So make sure you're not sending out your emails to too large of a list, because you need to be able to handle the responses that are going to come back, and they will come back. Essentially, what you want to do is build your email and categorically have yes, no, and maybe boxes in your inbox, because when you send this out and they start writing you back, you can just easily categorize them yes, no, or maybe. Most of the time, the majority are going to be no's, just like if you did telemarketing. There's going to be some maybes and very few yeses. Okay, it's very seldom that I get an immediate yes and they buy my product. It has happened, but most of the time it's no's and then some maybes. So you follow up with the maybes, you engage, you start those conversations. Usually what happens is those conversations through email turn into either a phone call or a direct meeting, and then that turns into the sale. That's the process. It's really simple. This system is not meant to be complicated, and that's another way in which we've differentiated from the competitors. When you go to the competitors' site that do email campaigns, they're so complicated. They've got terminology and they've got all these different drop downs, and you can purchase add-ons, and there's just so much happening that we said, look, we're here just for one purpose, to make more sales. That's it. How do we go about doing that in a way that's effective for you, for our clients, and for your clients? This is how. In this case here, let's go, hi, prospect's full name. We click the button on the right-hand side. That's a dynamic tag that it's put in there, and it's going to automatically pull in all the names into that location. Just leave it as is. It's perfect. It's ready to go. Next, actually, you know what? If we want to personalize it even more, I should tell you, if you click on prospect's first name, it'll just pull the first name that you put into your import contact list. You don't have to make separate fields for first and last name. The system knows how to grab that information and go, okay? The more we can legitimize this, the better. The more potential for the open rate for your client, and the more potential that they will contact you because of that. Okay, you can also grab that tag, the first name tag, and you can put it up in the subject line. And or you can also, just a quick question for you regarding prospect's organization. Let's click on that button there, and you'll see here, now you can take both of those tags, first name and organization name, put them in the subject line, and again, you're personalizing it. It feels like you're writing this email just for them, which is what we want. Okay, so what have we done here? We've said hi name, that's the strategy, okay, so we know them, or that we referred to them or something. We've just legitimized it to some degree. Just a quick question for you regarding organization name. So now they know there's a question coming, which means they're more likely to read the next line. Over the past 12 years, we've helped many insurance companies in Southwestern Ontario, including, and you list some clients that you might have, okay? Now you've just shared a little bit about you. You've legitimized it with the fact that you've been in business for 12 years. You're local to them because you mentioned Southwestern Ontario. And in this case, we've mentioned many of the clients that we've worked with, which brings credibility to us. And potentially they're their competitors and they know them well. So they might be more interested and much more willing to contact you because they want to find out more. That's what we're trying to do. That's the psychology and the strategy behind this messaging, okay? Now, we help you message. We actually, for every license you purchase, we provide you with 2 hours of either remote or on-site messaging. So we'll help you with training and messaging. We'll give you consultation. We'll give you advice on how to do things that we know are more effective. Days, better, the best days to send out on, the best times of the days to send out on. Those sort of things we would go through together. If you're in Southwestern Ontario, we will travel to you. We'd be happy to meet you and talk more. If you're beyond that, then we would do remote video conferencing or teleconferencing at our discretion. Okay, next line. I believe we might be able to do the same for your company, and was wondering if I could give you a quick call to see if there might be some mutual opportunity here. If so, what would be the best number to reach you at? Okay, so what we've just done here in the messaging, and I won't get into this all too much here, but we've legitimized it again by saying we're not a spammer. We adhere to all the spam laws, the canned spam, the PIPEDA. We're making sure to abide by those things, and we need you to do that and check with your lawyers to make sure, based on your industry, that you're following those sort of procedures. It's important. So having said that, we've just said we're willing to call them, which takes us again out of the realm of we're just some other person who sent out an e-blast. No, we wrote this just for them. At least that's the way it feels. That's the way it seems to the client. And they're more likely to respond to you because of that. Okay, so having said that, we're happy with the message. Let's click Save Modifications here, and let's preview our email. This is what it would look like. Hi, John. Just a quick question for you regarding BWP Insurance. These are all fictional names. And then the message, of course. Hi, Angela. Just a quick question for you regarding AMC Insurance Limited. Hi, Chris. Just a quick question for you regarding ALM Insurance. And then it goes through with the message. It has your contact information. It's legitimate. It's a real email address that it's coming from. They can write back to it. And at the bottom, you can add a disclaimer and an unsubscribe. You need that unsubscribe, and it works in real time, which I'll explain in a moment. Okay, let's go back to the main system. Here it is. We've just sent it out. At this point, we've just previewed it. Let's send it to everybody. Okay, now it says, are you sure you want to send this email message to 2,512 prospects in your list? And you say, yes, please. And this is the heart of it. Okay, it's now behind the scenes gathering all the names, all the organizations, sending them out one by one, and boom, it's done. Usually, if it's a huge list, like, over 1,000, 2,000 should be fine, maybe 20, 30 seconds in total. I wouldn't do more than that anyway, because you're going to have to respond to these. You probably want to do batches of maybe 1,000 at a time, maybe a little less than that even, maybe 500. You just want to be careful with that, okay? Let's hit OK, and let's go directly to campaign statistics at this point. Nothing has happened, but within just a few moments, it'll light up like a Christmas tree. So what's happening here is it's telling you the green, they've seen it, the blue, they haven't seen it, the red, they've unsubscribed. This campaign will take off within the first 24 hours, and it will peak. And at that point, it will trickle out. But you'll know if your campaign's successful within 24 hours, unlike many other traditional forms of marketing. So having said that, let's look at the statistics at the bottom to see what happened. Okay, these are the lowest statistics that we know, okay? These are the absolute lowest we know. These statistics, they're likely higher than this, okay? But we may not be able to read it all, because if the user's behind a filter or otherwise, it may not feed back to our system. But the majority of those who open it will, and these are absolute numbers. So it's likely higher, again, than these statistics, but this is lowest common denominator for you, okay? So we look at it and we say, wow, that's a pretty successful campaign. 2,512 were sent, 879 were opened, 192 were clicked, 955 total impressions. That's 38% of the sent. 38% of the people actually saw the email that you sent out. And then there's a focus and trend, which is really important here. The focus and trend allows you to zoom in on areas, links in your email. Let's say you put, 5 links in your email. And one of them was called product specifications. If all your users, the majority of your users, clicked, out of the 192 that clicked it, let's say a vast majority, 150 clicked on product specification, it'll show you the number one interest here. If you roll over it, it'll actually show you all three, your top 3 interests. But we'll leave it at that for now. Unsubscribe, of course, that is pretty much self-explanatory. So 1% in this case unsubscribe from your list, and that's it. This system was meant to be simple. Not cumbersome. It was based on the notion that newsletters really don't engage. They really don't create a conversation to be able to move forward with a lead or a sale and to generate more revenue and become more profitable. So we built Prospector as a means to change that whole concept. We believe that's a little bit left over from 2000, and we're at 2013 now, heading into 2014. So we're pretty excited to be launching this and to be changing the ways in which we can save time and money for companies by prospecting in new ways, and to measure and manage those things in new ways. Again, check out our website, How We Differ. Click on the link in the top menu called How We Differ, and review that. We really built this on Henry Ford saying, I know my marketing works, I just don't know which 50%. That's a problem. And so traditional forms of advertising aren't working anymore. We're finding that that many of the people that place ads in many venues, they're just not working anymore the way that they were, and they're harder to track. And you try and measure it based on 1-800 numbers, and it gets a little bit ridiculous. So this is a way you can do it. It's cost effective. It's $1,250 a year for the license, and you can completely. The other differentiating factor with us is that if you need to customize it in a way that sets you apart and gives you an edge with your competitor, we will customize this for you at additional cost, of course, but we will also sign a non-disclosure agreement, making sure we never ever sell that module to another individual or company. So these are some of the things that make Prospector unique. Check us out online, prospectorcanada.com or prospectorus.com, and look at the ways in which we differ, because we want to give you the edge. We want to make sure that you move ahead of your competitor so that you can make more sales. Please feel free to contact us anytime. Thank you again. We look forward to hearing from you.